Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Boxiest, and today we are going to continue the What If series. What if events had gone differently? And in this What If, we're going to change the history of Cobra Kai. What if Anthony joined Cobra Kai during the events of Cobra Kai Season 1? So in this timeline, the events of Cobra Kai Season 1 would still happen. Johnny would still open up Cobra Kai, and those events would stay the same. Miguel would still fight Kyler in the cafeteria, and those events would carry on. Robbie would still go to Daniel in this timeline, and the video of Miguel fighting Kyler would go viral. Anthony would find the video, and he would think karate was awesome. He would tell Daniel that he wanted to learn karate. Daniel would be happy that Anthony got an interest in karate, so he would want to teach him some Miyagi-Do. So Anthony and Daniel would start training in Miyagi-Do, but Anthony wouldn't like Miyagi-Do's way of training. He would find Miyagi-Do boring. So the next day, Anthony would show up at Cobra Kai. He would say that he wanted to learn karate, but Johnny would realize that he was Daniel's son, and he would say that he couldn't train him. So Johnny would drive Anthony back to his house, and he would drop him off. But upon arriving at Daniel's house, they would see Robbie and Daniel training. Daniel and Robbie would be too focused to notice them. Johnny would feel betrayed seeing Daniel train Robbie, and he would be angry, so he would tell Anthony that he could train him in Cobra Kai. So Anthony would join Cobra Kai in this timeline, and he would start to become friends with Miguel. Miguel would ask Anthony how he could ask Sam out, so Anthony would help Miguel, but he would ask him not to tell Sam that he was in Cobra Kai. So Miguel and Sam would start dating in this timeline, and those events would stay the same. Miguel would still show up at the LaRusso house. He would still want to introduce himself, but he would still see Robbie with them. But Miguel would still get the wrong idea. But the next day, Anthony would tell Miguel not to worry about Robbie. He would say that he was just some guy to work with his dad. So in this timeline, Miguel and Robbie wouldn't be enemies, so Sam and Miguel wouldn't break up. And the night of the All Valley, Cobra Kai would enter, and the LaRusso family would be surprised to see Anthony in Cobra Kai. Daniel would be angry, so he would confront Johnny about him training Anthony. But this is when Johnny would reveal that he trained Robbie, and that Robbie was his son, and now he knows how it feels. So the tournament would stay the same. Cobra Kai would advance in their matches, and since Hawk wasn't enemies with Robbie, Hawk wouldn't injure Robbie, so Robbie would beat Hawk fair and square, and it would still be Robbie and Miguel in the finals. But since Robbie and Miguel weren't enemies, Miguel wouldn't be fighting with anger, and Robbie wouldn't have his broken arm. So in this timeline, Robbie would defeat Miguel, and he would be the All Valley champion. And after the tournament, Sam would confront Miguel. She would be mad at him for lying to her about Anthony, but Miguel would try to defend himself. He would say that he made a promise to Anthony, but Sam wouldn't trust Miguel, so Sam and Miguel would break up. And since Cobra Kai didn't win the All Valley, Carice wouldn't come back. Daniel would confront Anthony about him being in Cobra Kai. He would be angry at him, but Anthony would say that Miyagi-Do was boring, and that at Cobra Kai, he was actually learning some real karate. Daniel would try to convince Anthony to join Miyagi-Do, but Anthony would refuse. Daniel would still open up Miyagi-Do to the public, and many students would want to join. So the rivalry between Johnny and Daniel would grow, and the events of Season 2 would carry on. Tori would still join Cobra Kai in this timeline, and she would start dating Miguel. Tori and Sam wouldn't be enemies. Johnny would continue training his students, and Season 2 would be pretty uneventful. There wouldn't be a school fight in this timeline. Anthony would continue training at Cobra Kai. Robbie and Sam would start dating, but she wouldn't join Miyagi-Do in this timeline, and the events of Season 3 would carry on. Johnny and Daniel would eventually see the good influence they were having on each other's sons, and they would start to see that they weren't so different, so Johnny and Daniel wouldn't be enemies anymore. The events of Season 4 would still happen. Anthony wouldn't bully Kenny in this timeline, so Kenny wouldn't join Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do would start training for the All Valley. The relationship between Johnny and Robbie would improve. In the night of the All Valley, Anthony would make it to the qualifying rounds, and in this timeline, Miguel would be the boys All Valley champion, and Daisha would be the girls All Valley champion. So Cobra Kai would win the All Valley tournament, and after the tournament, Daniel would tell Anthony that he was proud of him. And since Cobra Kai won the All Valley, Carice would come back. And that is where I'm gonna end this What If. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think would have happened if Anthony joined Cobra Kai during the events of Cobra Kai Season 1? Let me know in the comments below. YouTube lets me know that the majority of you are not subscribed, so if you guys could subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I'll see you guys next time.